Let's go. Hi Oscar. Audio check, Oscar. Yeah, thanks man. JSS in the house. Hi JSS. Thanks Oscar, appreciate that very much. Sam W. JSS is there. Hi JSS. Joshua. We're going live. Aiming to go live dead on sort of 9 o'clock time. Hi JSS. That's Jeff. That's Jeff, isn't it? JSS. Okay, so I wasn't sure whether I was going to be doing a live stream to the last minute, so there was no notification. But if there's any moderators, you know, just say hello in the comments so I know who's watching. If you could post a link to this direct video, please, Oscar. If you could post a link to this in my Facebook group, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. My call sign is 2 Echo 0 Uniform Kilo Hotel. Joshua, do you have a call sign, Joshua? Are you licensed? So any moderators with us tonight, put it in the comments please. That's me on the bike. It's not my son. Yeah, Oscar, could you put a link to this live stream in the Facebook group please, on the Digital Analogue Ham? Thank you. I'm not able to. Thank you, my friend. Joshua is soon going to be licensed. Do the test, yeah. It's not hard. It's not difficult at all. You just got to read. I mean, where are you, Joshua? Are you in the UK? Can't tell. Yeah, Joshua, whereabouts are you? Are you in the UK, in America? Very good question, Brett. Right, I'm going to answer that immediately. From my ham collection, I've got a Retovis RT82. That would be the one I'd sell. And that's a very good question because due to ill health, I had to sell a lot of things. And that was the next one. Not because there's anything wrong with it. The Retivis RT82, the MD 2017, it's the same radio. But excellent question. Right, we're going live. Joshua's in the USA. It's very easy to get started, Joshua, anywhere. Okay, right, so we are live on YouTube, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do a live stream. Not sure. I mean, I don't want to keep doing the same thing every week. Do people enjoy watching the nets? Because it can, I do realise it can get a bit same, the same old thing. I don't want it to be repetitive. Put it in the comments, if you enjoy these nets, joining in, watching, interacting, and you're calling in. Please call in tonight. So keep the comments going. It lets me know that you're there and you're enjoying it. I'm just locking my setup so I can't muck it up. Yes, that's right, Brett. Okay, right, we're going to start the net. Any of my moderators, please comment so I know who's here. Todd is there. Todd, I'll make you a moderator now, Todd. You're a friend of the channel. Just made you a moderator. So, moving my camera slightly. Posted. Okay, thank you, Oscar. As long as it's on my group or your group, like we discussed. Okay, right. I think it's about time I picked up a radio. I hope there's no one on there. Shane, we are now live on Freestar Network as well, Chris. Stream isn't there. Yeah, okay. Okay, right. Got the FT70 here. Your group. Yeah, roger that. Okay, this is net control for tonight. Just checking I've got the key and I've got the frequency, and there's nobody needing to use the repeater systems. This is net control 2E0 UKH. Listening for any response. So nothing heard. I'll give it a few seconds. Okay, no priority, I can't say that. Traffic heard. Can I just check with my connections team? 2E1HWE. Is the system in good shape? Are we ready to go? Mr. Brett, have a pint on me. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you, Brett. Okay, we are ready to go, and we are on the Freestar Network. By the way, this show is provided by All Star and by Freestar, and also by the YouTube channel Digital Analogue Ham, and we discuss everything digital and analog. So this is the perfect place to discuss these things. And the subject tonight, we are asking, what was your best ham radio purchase? What was your best purchase and why? I'll start this off. My best purchase was actually my first HF transceiver, which was a FT Yaesu 890, really old school. Sold it to Sam, friend of mine, and that was my best purchase, getting me on HF. Anyway, just checking I've got the key, and then we'll take newly licensed hams first. Okay. So audio okay in the YouTube land? Okay, so we are asking, what was your best purchase? What was your best ham radio purchase? It might have been your first radio. It doesn't have to be. I think we all look back on it and have a soft spot for the first bits of equipment you got. But what was your best ham radio purchase? Now we're going to go to newly licensed ham, so you might not have any equipment yet, but we always give priority to people that want to make their first call, or people that want their just want to call in. You don't, even if you haven't made a purchase yet, we can help you with that. So first of all, any newly licensed hams want to call in that first of all that want to make their first ever contact. We're listening. Just say your call sign. This is 2E0UKH. Dan Martin is there, and this is following the normal pattern. People don't like to call in first. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, we'll call for these guys later. Anyone who wants to make their first call. It is a bit daunting to do that first straight away. So secondly, is there anywhere in the world? This is the worldwide digital and analog net. It could be a digital or an analog purchase, HF, D-Star, anything. So we are asking, what is your best purchase you've made that memorable, that you can remember, and we'll put that out to new hams in the first few weeks or few months of getting their license. Just throw your call sign out there. Okay, just repeat that call sign, please. I didn't catch that.
Alpha Mike 7 Papa Lima Alpha Paul Western Supermare.
Paul.
Mike 7 Bravo Quebec Charlie Peter County Durham.
County Durham. Okay, I got Paul M7PLA. I got the station in County Durham, but there was a station, the first station, I missed it because I was having trouble writing. Still got problems with my arm after my accident. The first station, go again please. Oh, getting hot here. Right, anyway, I missed the first one. You can feel free to call in again. Okay, we'll take it over to Paul first. Was it M7PLA? Go ahead. It's Chris, 2E0UKH.
Mike 7PLA, Paul M7PLA. Yes, interesting. As a newly licensed Foundation license holder, I purchased a Bofeng. It seems to be the same bit of kit that everyone seems to get, and so just getting to grips with that. So that's the only piece of equipment at the moment. I think I have to say I do wonder whether one of the other with digital modes might have been better as well. So I think there's just so much to explore when you're a Foundation license, newly licensed. So still learning, I think, would be my experience. Over.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all understood. This is what it's all about. You've made a start. You've mentioned your Baofeng. Everyone's got a Baofeng, and we all love the Baofengs, and they are they are the best price radio. You know, they are the best price radio, and it's no good spending £500 on a radio and then decide it's not for you. So that's a very wise choice for your first one, I think. They can, you know, if you put a bigger aerial on them, you know, a better aerial on them, they can overload, and you know, the receive on them is the only issue with me. But you know, you certainly haven't wasted any money, because there's always someone ready to buy another Baofeng. Anyway, thank you for calling in. I can see we've got loads of people lined up. So if you've got any other further comments, go ahead. I'll just hand the mic back to you, and then we'll take it over to the other station, the next one in line. So we're just letting people build up.
Mike 7PLA, yeah, thanks, Chris. I think there's just so much to explore. So I think you're right. I think a fairly inexpensive first purchase just allows me to explore, and there's just so many things that I want, so many directions I want to go in. So I just need a bit of patience as I learn them all. So we'll stick with this for the moment, and we'll see what happens. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, well, great stuff. Well, thank you for calling in, and you know, you'll pick up some tips on here. I mean, surely this is going to be the definitive list of how to, you know, of equipment that's popular. So, you know, if you're a new ham, you know, make some notes. There'll be lots of things that appeal to you. Okay, we'll take it over to the next station. I was a bit slow writing, but I'm holding my arm here. I've injured my arm, so it's hard to write still. I am back to work. So the station M7 in County Durham. Go ahead.
Roll Quebec Charlie, personal Peter,
Quebec.
County Durham. Good evening, Chris. Hope your weekend is good so far. Yeah, I've got the Anytone 578, the 2 meter 70 centimeter DMR radio. I find it's a cracking radio. I'm actually putting my own gold plug in it from scratch, so it's taken a bit of time, trials and errors, but I'm getting there. Putting all the local repeaters in, then further away repeaters, analog, then digital, and the other frequencies as well. But yeah, me Anytone 578, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, okay, very good suggestion. Yeah, I did have the Anytone 578. I've had 2 of them so far, and it is a fantastic radio, and you're probably wondering why I sold mine. I sold mine because I've got the 878, which is just the same, and I can walk around my house with it. So I was trying to raise some money, so I sold that one. But I know I'll get another one in the future, and for anyone interested listening, there are a few new Anytone models released today. A few new Anytone radios on the market, just been released, well, been announced today. So something very interesting. Anyway, thank you for calling in there, Peter. And that's actually a very good suggestion. There's a 270. In the USA, it's a 220. So it's actually the same hardware, but it depends which mode and band you set it on. Anyway, thanks for calling in. I'm going to take some more calls. Any new hams, anyone that is a new ham, got that license in the past, you know, few weeks or months, just say your call sign. I'll write them down and call you back. This is Net Control 2E0 UKH. Of course, if no one calls in, I'm in the crap here. But people normally start to call in once this thing gets started. But, people are obeying what, people are calling in. There's, most people are not beginners, so that's where the bulk of the calls will be. Okay, last call for any new hams. We're just discussing what is your best ham radio purchase you've made. Just listening for one more time, and then we're going to open it up to mobile stations. Mobile stations anywhere in the world. So once again, over to new hams, and then we're going to open it up to mobiles. Okay, there was two together. I got KJ7 and I got KJ7 and there was another station, and my pen's just died. Hold on a minute. Right, I'm just going to get another pen, and apologise for the delay. My pen's just died. So I've got the KJ7 station, and back in 10 seconds. Okay, got another pen. Right, I can now write it down properly. KJ7, I got him. So the other station that called. Thank you for your patience. What was the call sign?
Delta Mike Bravo, Romeo Mike Victor.
Delta Mike Bravo and something Victor. Okay, there was two stations there. By the way, anyone that calls in, when you key up, just allow a little pause, let's say 3 or 4 seconds. Otherwise, it just chops off the first part of what you say. So I've got two stations there. Something Delta Mike Bravo, and then another station after that with just all I got was Victor. So anyway, we'll take it over to KG7 station. Just allow a few seconds pause before you speak so I can get the whole call sign. And subject for tonight, what is your best ham radio purchase you've made? Yeah, that's good, Shane. Okay, so the first station I got was KJ. It could have been KG7, but it sounded like KJ7. So just try one more time, because there's a lot of nodes connected tonight. 87 nodes connected, and this thing can get overloaded quite easily. And just leave a little pause. So was it KG7 or KJ7? Go ahead. Okay, we'll skip that one. That's a shame. I always try and let everyone in, give everyone a chance. Okay, nothing heard on that one, unfortunately. Delta Mike Bravo. Remember to leave a little pause before you press transmit. Something Delta Mike Bravo. Go ahead, please. This is Net Control. We are asking, what is your best radio purchase? Go ahead, sir. See, the problem is when you just key up and start talking, it chops off the first few seconds. So it's very difficult to identify people. Okay, I'll throw another round out there. So, first of all, any new hams, then we're moving on to mobile. So any new hams, we are talking what is your best purchase you've had, or a purchase you're thinking of making. If you haven't got a purchase yet, call in for a recommendation. So last call for any new hams. Just throw your call sign out there.
Mike 7 Delta
Mike 7 Delta Mike Bravo. Excellent. Yeah, got that. Mike 7 Delta Mike Bravo. And yes, you did call in earlier, and it sounds like your mobile or a bit, in the white noise there. So thank you for persevering. Go ahead. This is Net Control 2E0UKH.
Mike Bravo returning. Yeah, my best purchase. Well, actually, I have to admit, it's the Yaesu 8900, a quad band. I actually bought it before I actually passed my license, and I kind of, you can listen in on it and that. So it's a very good radio, and I'm using it. I'm using it this evening. Yeah, I do have a problem with a bit of
Yeah, call in, Nick.
There seems to be a lot of
call in with your
somewhere, but yeah,
your best purchases.
8900 is my best purchase to date. Having said that, I mean, I've just recently ordered the Icon 7300, and that's be coming along in a couple of weeks' time. So that will be probably my best purchase then. But at the moment, it's my Yaesu. Back to you.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, the Yaesu 8900 is, yeah, you said it's a quad band radio, and some of the old Yaesu radios, I'm not saying old, but the older ones, how can I put it? I'm not sure if they were cloned, but there are some versions of them that are made by other companies, shall we say, Chinese companies, and whether they are real or genuine, I'm not sure. But things like the Woshan, there's a quad band Woshan, which is very, very similar to the, they've got the same board inside. It's been documented, but it's excellent to hear that that's been a good choice. Now the 7300, you'll have a lot of fun with that. That is one hell of a radio, and I personally use that mobile. So thank you very much for calling in. And is there anything you're planning on getting just before you go? Have you got any new purchases lined up? I suppose your 7300's your next one. So when will you be? Are you going to be getting that soon? The 7300. Back to you. M7 DMB.
Mike 7 Delta Mike Bravo. Yeah, that's going to be with me shortly.
Excellent.
I actually have another radio that I have got coming in on the burner, which is the Yaesu FT3D.
Brilliant.
I heard some really good stuff about it. I've got a couple of digital radios myself. I've got a TYT and a Retrovist. Not bad radios, but I like the quality of the Yaesu. Yaesu handheld radios, I think the quality is far superior. You mentioned Bafung. Yeah, well, I've got probably a cupboard full of those.
We've all got Bayo. Put it in the comments. Have you got a Bayo fan?
And you are right about it. Yeah, you might be able to get out on them, but receiving them, it's a bit of a hit and miss thing. Just picking up signals with those things. I actually use them for the listening to radio too.
Brian Nicholas. Nicholson, thank you for joining, Brian.
For these days, charge them up to big radio too on them. That's about it when I'm out in the garden, so I don't have to take my other radio out. But very good door stops, Bafong, by the way. But I know I shouldn't be slagging them off, but no, they're not my favourite radio. And to be honest, I think I've got about 15 of those. I've put up the wife's not around. Yeah, I've got about 15 different types of those. But yeah, Yaesu love the radios. I've even got a
Anton RC3
lovely metal construction body, waterproof. I think it's 30 minutes at 2 meters or something like that. I mean, they certainly know how to make radios, and the quality. At the end of the day,
yeah, I've still got mine, Sam.
Build quality, durability, and also ease of programming. I mean, some of these Chinese radios, the new stuff that they've got.
All Star that you're listening to, yes.
I mean,
FT70.
the programming is, well, you need a diploma in rocket science to get your head around some of the stuff on those things. And they have Bluetooth, which doesn't work, and it's. I just stick with the main three. You've got your Kenwood, your Yaesu, and your ICOM. It's good when you first get your tickets and just get, a backup just to mess about with. But I've got loads and loads of radios. I've been in CB for donkey's years and DX and stuff like that. So I've got a lot of radios, and it always pays to go for the top brands. If you can afford it, go for the top brands. But at the end of the day, you won't go wrong. And you've got the good build quality and durability as well. Anyway, enough talking. Back to you.
Yeah, Steve's got the FT70. I've got the I'm on it now. FT70. Yeah, okay, you're just there on the 3-minute mark. Try and keep overs to less than 3 minutes or we time out. But no, you raised some very interesting subjects there. I've got the FT3D and you'll love that. And I'm on the FT70 at the moment. And you said about Bluetooth. Believe it or not, Bluetooth on the Yaesu FT3D is not incredible because it's only Bluetooth on listen. It doesn't go through the microphone. If you've got an Anytone 878 Plus or the 578, the Bluetooth goes both ways. If you pair it in the car, you can hear it through the speakers in the car and you can use all the microphones in the car. But that's not the case on any other radios, not even the Yaesus. So the Anytones make a cracking radio for in the car. Even, not just DMR, but FM. Makes a great FM radio because that goes through the Bluetooth as well. Anyway, thank you for calling in. And we're going to open it up to any mobile stations next. So any mobile stations, anywhere else, anywhere in the world. This is all about digital and analog. What is your best purchases? Doesn't have to be a radio, could be an aerial. It could be anything. So we're opening it up to mobile stations now. Anywhere in the world. Just throw your call sign out there. This is Net Control 2E0 UKH. Listening. Yeah, look, they all love the Anytones. God, that was quiet. I missed that. Summit Lima. Yeah, that station. Go again. I think I heard Lima. You're a little bit quiet to me. Go ahead, please. Leave a pause and say your call sign.
Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima. Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was lovely and clear. And thank you for your patience there. Sometimes when all these systems are linked together, it chops off the first few seconds. So that's what happened there. VA7, Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima. So yeah, we're asking what is the best purchase you've made. Be very interesting to hear, sir.
Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima. The very best purchase I've ever made. That's a real tough one. I'll tell you the most memorable one. I bought a 10-tech transverter kit. I really enjoyed playing with it. It was a 20-meter to 6-meter transverter. A friend of mine had bought it and built it. He loved it, so I bought it and built it. It was the first time I'd ever really built from scratch a radio. And it was a great project. It worked amazing. And I did such a good job on it that when I ended up selling it, I sold it for what I paid for it, so I didn't lose any money on it, which is rare. And that was quite a few years ago. And recently, I don't really have any that are great purchases. I've got a lot of commercial gear that we've reappropriated, and I have a nice 900 megahertz Yaesu XDL 2500, which I really love. It's a beautiful radio, and it does a great job. But I doubt many people will know what that is or have any use for it. I don't think you guys have 32 centimeters over there. Anyway, that's it from here. This is Scott in Maple Ridge, British Columbia. Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima.
Yeah, okay, Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima, thank you for your call. Very interesting. I never even considered transverters. I mean, it makes perfect sense. You know, if someone's thrown all their money into one radio and there's bands it doesn't do, that makes absolute perfect sense. That's fascinating. I've never used a transverter, Scott, you know, but I've read all about them and that. Do they actually show the correct frequency on the screen, or do you have to make an adjustment? You know, like add 100 to what it says on the screen. Yeah, thanks, Shane.
GB3AS. This is Zulu Lima 4 Alpha X-Ray Mobile. Please, would whoever linked GB3AS and this net onto my node, please disconnect it. I'm out mobile and I can't reach my node to disconnect it, but my radio must be about on fire by now. I didn't connect this in myself, so whoever hooked this up, take it off please. I can't do it. Save my radio. ZL4AX.
Yeah, all understood. Yeah, I would be just, if you want to repeat that message, you know, that's very important. If you just want to repeat it and give you another chance to get your node disconnected.
Really kind of you. Appreciate that. Sorry for interrupting your net. Yeah, I'm actually, this is Paul ZL4 Alpha X-Ray. I'm mobile. I'm out in the bush. Calling in on a phone link to my own node, and it won't take these transmissions of this length, I'm afraid, not in the warm weather. Connected out from GB3AS. Anglo-Scottish repeater in the north of England is connected into my node in New Zealand, and I guess it's Anglo-Scottish GB3AS, which is linked into this net, which is polluting my radio. So I'm just asking anybody on GB3AS, please would you hit the button? Get me off. I can't do it. I'm 100 miles away from my house, but I can smell the smoke from here. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I do apologise for interrupting your net. Thank you so kindly. So GB3AS, whoever that was, hit the button, please. ZL4AX. Cheers, guys. Just take a brief pause so he can do it, and then back to you at net. Sorry about the interruption.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll be just the same, and feel free to call in later if it's not achieved. You know, we have got quite a clever connections team. I don't know if M0VUB Shane is able to do that remotely. I doubt it, because it's not he's not an admin on your system. So I don't. Let's just leave a pause for any of the connections team if anyone can do that. Otherwise, we'll go back to resume what we were talking about. Anyone on the connections team, is that possible? Don't think it is possible. Anyway, nothing hurt. Let's take it back to VA7 Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima. So yeah, hi Jimbo. Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima. So we had some priority traffic there. So does it display on the transvert on the screen of the radio? Does it display the correct frequency, or do you have to mentally make an adjustment?
And that's then your net has started before they could get it disconnected. Anyway, I shall speak to GB3AS repeater in Carlisle and see what we can do about getting that snipped off. And meanwhile, I'll phone my wife down south of Auckland in New Zealand here, get her to go and pull the mains plug out, so we'll do that. Thanks guys, once again, my sincere apologies for interrupting. Yeah, I'm sure you didn't even know it was happening. See you later, ZL4AX, and maybe join in with you one day. Bye for now.
Yeah, that's perfectly okay. I'm glad you could ring your wife and and get it sorted. Okay, back to Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima. I'm sure you've heard my question a few times. Does it show the correct display on the radio when using a transverter, or do you have to make an adjustment in your head mentally?
Victor Alpha 7 Sierra Lima. No, it doesn't. It's a transverter. So what you're using is you're using your in this case, an HF rig as your intermediate frequencies, your IF, and you have to add. And I don't remember what the numbers were, but it was a 20 meter. I don't know whether it was 14. It all lined up. It was all very logical, and it wasn't very complicated to figure anything out. I also had a frequency counter that I kept handy just to make sure everything was.
That's a good idea.
And where it was supposed to be, and it was. This was in the days before the HF rigs started having 6 meters in them. That kind of started.
Interesting.
ICOM started that ball rolling with the ICOM 706.
Hi, Jimbo.
If I remember correctly. I gave to FT990. I still have it, and that is what I used, and it worked great. And I worked lots and lots of DX on 6 meters with it. With 10 watts, it was a 10 watt. You only had to be careful. You had to be careful about the input. I think the maximum power you could put into the transverter was 5 watts. Even that was a lot. It would get a little juicy, warm, a little hot there. But it had a big heat sink resistor panel network to dissipate the heat. But anyway, it was fun. It's a cool project, and I will probably be doing a transverter kit for microwave here. Use them in microwave too. I just haven't gotten that far yet. I'm in my journey down this hobby.
Very interesting subject, transverters. Okay, very interesting, and thank you for calling in. And sorry about the delay, we had some priority traffic. Anyway, we're going to move on, and we were calling in any mobile stations, any other mobile stations. We're asking what is your most memorable, best purchases. Doesn't have to be a radio, it could be could be a Morse key, it could be anything. We're handing it over to, before we open it up to everyone else, that's going to be the big portion. What has been your most memorable purchase? Something you would recommend. So, last call out for any mobile stations. Normally a lot of mobile stations. Okay, final call for any mobile stations. We're asking what is been your best purchase, and then we're going to open it up to absolutely everybody else. Okay, right. I have really asked for it now, so I'm going to open it up for everyone else. Please leave a few seconds gap before you throw your call sign. Say your call sign and your name, and give because there's normally a lot of people call in, and it just gives me something to pick out, whether it's a name or a part of a call sign. It's very tricky to get all the details. So just throw your call sign out there and your operator name. And this is Net Control. We're asking what has been your most memorable purchase, radio, aerial or transverter. Could be a microphone. Very interesting subject. This is Net Control listening 2E0 UKH. Yeah, it's a web page, Michael, on the right. It's just a web page. All Star.
Echo 0 Kilo Bravo Zulu, Scott, Central UK.
Scott. UK. Was it KBZ? Something KBZ. Yeah, go ahead, Scott. Chopped off the start of your calls. It sounded like something Kilo Bravo Zulu. Not sure. Go ahead, Scott. And thank you for calling in. My name is Chris, 2E0 UKH. Not the yellow, the other. Okay, that is Win for ICOM. Win WIN, win for icon, or win for Yaesu.
Was the Yaesu 817. 5 watts. I thought it was the space station on it, which when I was at M6. I also got into the South on HF. I went to South America on it, on 5 watts. Then I had to stop doing HF because I got a lot of noise, over +9 of noise. Even with no antenna in. It wasn't somebody else was doing. And I still get it now, so I can't use HF, but it was the 817 Yaesu.
817. Sam W's got that.
And it was the first full rig version.
Yeah, Michael, I've got the Yaesu 991A, and it's called Win for Yaesu. WIN, Win for Yaesu.
I think it was. It was just 270s, but the best one I had was the Yaesu one. And it was very easy to program, and I really did like it. And I do miss it. I thought it to buy some other radio stuff, but I did get better stuff. Back to net control, this is 2E0 KBZ.
Thank you, Jimbo. Yeah, call in, Jimbo. Yeah, very interesting. You know, we've gone from some very modern stuff to something which is iconic, isn't it? The Yaesu 817. You know, I'm sure it was made 20 years ago, wasn't it? And it's still available. Only just been superseded with the 818, which is not much of an improvement, but it's still popular today in one form or another. So, it speaks volumes for the radio. But be very interesting how, the 8 series, 817, 818, 857, 897, how these radios will be able to compete in the future, with the advent of software-defined radios and, computer controlled stuff. Very, very interesting. But at the moment, Scott, it's holding its own, isn't it? Back to you.
I do like them. I mean, it do take some beating. I mean, especially the 5 watts. You can take it out and put it in the bag and use it on both batteries. I've never done that.
Fascinating.
I mean, in place 2 meters. I've got 40 mile away on it. On the next 30 antenna. There's actually the same antenna I'm using now for my gateway node, MB7 AVZ, which I'm going through. And that's got quite a good footprint on that antenna. And I've had a report today. Someone's been walking on the hills, and they could hear it from using about 30 mile away. So it's doing its job. It's only a little G7 RPG node. Without the modification, the power modification, it's still kicking on the high power. What the electrical radio does, it does work. Well, like I say, the 817 does make some beating. I mean, I did have an Icon 700 as well, and about a friend of mine said she offered me some money for it, and I said, well, take it, it's yours. And now I've got the FT400, the FT100, I do have the FT3 handheld as well. Beautiful radio, that one, but the only downside of it is the sound quality. If you put a microphone into it, it does help it. If you put a headset onto it, it does help it. It's just the built-in speaker which does let it down. But anybody who wants one, get one. Recommend it because it's a very good radio. Very good radio. Back to net control. It's 280 KBZ.
Yeah, very interesting, and thank you for calling in. This is all about best purchases, whether it's a radio, an aerial, a transverter, a computer. It might, it could be your best laptop. It could be about FT8. It could be about the FT817. Absolutely brilliant. There's such a wide subject, isn't it? It's it could be analog or digital. But it's always nice to get recommendations. If someone else has bought something and they like it, there's always a very good reason, and there's a good chance that if you're into that part of the subject, you're going to like it as well. Okay, right, thank you for calling in. Any other stations, we're opening it up to everyone else. We'll occasionally go back to new hams, give someone a chance to take part. So we're opening it up to everyone else. Please say your call sign and your operator name. Give me a chance to write it down. If people go together, it's a bit like on HF. You can just hear one part of the call sign or something. So just leave a little pause before you key up, and throw your call sign and name out there, and give a few seconds pause.
YPQ, Golf 3 Yankee, Papa, Quebec, Phil in Cornwall.
There's Phil.
Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo, that's GM0 UUB, it's Graham here in Central Scotland.
Golf. Yeah, okay, I've got Phil there and I've got Graham. And I recognise both of those guys, they're both net controllers, so thank you for calling in. So, yeah, Phil, go ahead please, thank you for calling in. Tell us what has been your best purchase, whether it's a radio or an aerial, a transverter, a laptop. Go ahead, Phil.
Good evening to everybody else listening. This is Phil, G3YPQ, North Cornwall. Yeah, interesting subject. I suppose you could argue the best purchase I had was this house. Because it's a quarter of a mile from the nearest neighbour, so I don't get a QRN.
Brilliant, yeah,
So that was a good purchase. Wireless-wise, yeah, I'd just like to chip in with the FT817. It is a smashing little piece of kit. It's got a particularly good receiver. In the FT817, so I would recommend that to anybody. But I was going to say, when you first broached the subject, the two things that flashed into my mind. One was a brilliant little twin band handy I had years ago. A standard. It was the standard C528. And it was a lovely twin band, one of the first twin bands in 270 simultaneous receive, and a lot more besides. And it was a superb little set. But I dropped it into the Mediterranean, and it's still there. And the other thing which I bought years ago that I still use today, and
brilliant, Anton.
I'd never get rid of, is a 4-to-1 balance.
Anton knows his stuff.
DYM that has got a switch on the side that switches you from a balance or Marconi T, and that's something that I would never part with. So I hope that answers your question, Chris. 2E0 UKH G3YPQ.
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What a brilliant. First of all, I would never have guessed in a million years you would have said your house. That was a brilliant answer, and I totally get it, because you're not near any neighbours, half a mile from any other houses. That was a genius purchase without realising it. And about all the other stuff, you hit upon the nice receive on the Yaesu. Oh, by the way, I am a huge fan of the Yaesu 8 series. The 8. I started out with the 890, but I then went on to the 857 and the 897. I have used the 817. I've now got a 991A, but I think most of us have used the Yaesus. Brilliant receive on them. Considering they're 20 years old now, aren't they, Phil? What other radio can you buy that came out 20 years ago? I know they've just knocked the 857 on the head and the 897 and I think the 817, but the 818, it is all 817, isn't it? It's just slightly modified, just slightly altered. So I'll just hand it back to you, Phil, because I know you're quite knowledgeable. What other radios are there, apart from the Yaesus, which have been out over 20 years? Go ahead.
yes, if you were to pick one set that has stood the test of time, it's got to be the 817, 818. Because so many people use them for different reasons, you know, transversers in particular for the microwave boys. And the summits on the air chaps, you know, it's just stood the test of time. Yaesu must have sold tens of thousands of those. And the other one, which takes me back a long time, that did very, very well, of course, was the FT290, the first portable SSB 2-meter rig. That was a popular one. But there's nothing to match the FT817 for longevity, I don't think, that was in production all that time ago and is still in its, you know, in only a very slightly changed format in production today. So they must have, I wonder how many of those they've sold. G3 quite feature.
Well, I mean, some companies, you know, like Apple, you know, Google, you know, they actually publish their results, you know, for shareholders and stuff. But be very interesting to know. And you know, over the years, I think it would be hundreds of thousands, wouldn't it? It wouldn't just be tens of thousands. But yeah, we'll have to give John a ring up at Yaesu, John Crooks, and ask him. Anyway, thank you for the call. I don't want it to be too long. We've got Graham next on the list, so I'll hand it over to Graham. Graham, we've got was it Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo? Graham, go ahead. I think I ruined your call sign, but just correct it.
Good evening, Chris. No, you've got the call sign right. It's Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo here. Graham in Dunkeld, Central Scotland. And yeah, well, you know, I was thinking about your question there, Chris, and I'm a big Yaesu fan. I could rustle off a few Yaesu radios I've had that have all been equally my best purchases and everything else. But having said that, I was thinking just a little bit wider, and as a Morse fan, I was thinking about Morse code keys. And I picked up some years ago for around about £30, absolute steal, an old Czech Army Morse key. I think they were known as the Romeo Mike 31 Morse keys, made around the 50s and early 60s. Bakelite steel construction, everything else. But I'm a big kind of straight key up and downer, a fan.
247 people have been watching so far. That's good.
And some were quite loud, as in like the tapping. This key, honestly, when you're using it, if you've got headphones on, anyone sitting in the same room as you don't know that you're doing anything. They can't hear the tap. It's just something wonderful. But it's not just the silence of it, it's just the smoothness of the action and everything else. It's a lovely, lovely key. So anyone that's into their Morse and likes to use straight keys, up and downers.
Yes, Anton, I have.
This Czech word.
Awesome on digital. On HF.
I think probably most of them, if not all, were never actually used. So when I bought mine some years ago, it was basically brand new. It was obviously decades old. But it came in its original wrapping, everything was there, all the paper, everything, and it was in brand new condition and absolutely wonderful key to use. And I've used some very expensive keys, but this for £30 at the time was an absolute steal. So there we go. And yes, so they were made for the Czech radios and things around that time, but were never really used. So there we were. So some years ago, there was many of them for sale. I don't know if it's still the same. I'd have to go and check on a very popular auction website to go and see if that's still the same case. But at that time when I got mine, there was quite a lot for sale. They might have now all been sold, and now they're all kind of a little bit more rare. But absolutely wonderful key. So there we go. Just thought I'd throw in something else.
2E0UK8.
Time out. Okay, you did time out there, Phil, just at the last minute. Just checking that you're not still talking. Over to you, Phil. We got all of that, but it just as you finished, it timed out. So just checking you're not still talking.
Key operator, go and try that one. There you go. And
yes, he was still talking.
Hey, Chris, a wonderful recent purchase. When you're talking about that, just because obviously G3 YPQ was on just before me. I have to say, absolutely wonderful. The rubber-scopic antenna for your HTs. So have to add that one to the list as well there, Chris. Back to you, sir. GM0 UUB.
Yeah, okay, well, you might think you've got one up on me there, Graham, but I've got something to tell you. I'm using a rubber-scopic at the moment, look. You can't see it, but I am actually live streaming this net on YouTube. Anyone interested? This net is provided by Freestar, by Allstar and all the partners on the system, and it's also provided to watch on my YouTube channel, Digital Analogue Ham. And if you are on there now, which you could be in a minute if you tried, you'll see that I am using the rubber-scopic. So very, very good comment. Back to you for your final, then we'll let some others in.
Very good, Chris. No, I'll need to go and check that out. I think I have done before. So, and I've also got that on top of my FT1 XD. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful radio. Never saw any reason why to get an FT2. And the FT3s, they look absolutely wonderful. But again, it just doesn't give. It just doesn't tick too many boxes for me to move from the FT1 XD. Absolutely wonderful.
You must have good eyesight. That's very difficult to see the screen.
So works so well. So,
FT1.
There we go. Anyway, back to you, Chris, and thanks for taking my check-in. This is GM0 UUB.
Yeah, okay, many thanks. By the way, Graham is net control on a Friday night at 10 o'clock in the UK. He does that with his wife. Is it Helen? I think it's Helen. Anyway, we'll move on, and we've been going, we're just hitting the hour mark, so we'll go another half an hour or so. So we have opened it up to everyone, but I always keep coming back. So it makes my day when we get someone call in that's a new ham, someone that's only just got their license, and occasionally we get someone that wants to make their first ever call. You know, and that really is super when that happens. So a lot of people are afraid to key up, and you know, they think it'll get shot down, but quite the opposite when I'm in charge. You know, if anyone wants to call in, just say your call sign. If you've never made a call before, first of all, just say your call sign and I'll come back to you and everything will be okay. Just if you're a new ham and you've never made a call, just say your call sign and everything else will fall into place. Go ahead. Thought we got someone then. Who's keying us out? There's someone who's keying up here. It sounded very, very quiet. It sounded like Charlie Tango Mobile. It sounded very, very quiet, but it did sound like Charlie Tango Mobile. So speak a bit nearer to the microphone, please. This is Net Control. We're asking, is there any new ham radio operators that want to make their first call, or who have not made many calls? Preferably someone who would like to make their first one. That would be awesome. We normally get 1 or 2 a week. Go ahead. Just say your call sign and make sure you're leave a little pause at the start. Too unreadable, I'm afraid. What a shame. Yeah, the station that is talking to me, I'm afraid you're too quiet, and you are. You're an M6 station. You're just too quiet. I mean, if you're driving, call in when you're stationary. You know, if you're a very new ham, you might have got the channel programmed as wide, as narrow when it should be wide. There's two ways of going in on FM. If you're on narrow, you know, you might want to try wide. You might want to try talking really into the microphone. But we would love you to call in and understand everything you're saying, because that's what we like doing, getting new hams on board. So try again, keep your overs short, and just give us your call sign a few times, and remember that we're struggling to hear you. So go ahead. CTP. Okay, Mike 6 Charlie Tango Papa. Please remove that external microphone. If you're able to, please remove the external microphone, because that's not working for you. Let's try again. So remove the microphone and then call in, because we would love to speak to you on the net. This is going out worldwide. This is the worldwide Digital Analogue Ham Net. Yeah, okay, well, we've got your call sign and we're struggling to hear you. So first of all, we'll do this in short overs. We'll do this in short overs so it's easier. First of all, is this your first ever ham radio contact? Just give us a yes or a no. Yeah, we're really struggling. Yeah, say it a few times, because remember, you know, you're super quiet. So just say it again. Is this your first ever contact? Go ahead. We're really struggling here, mate. No, okay, Oscar. Okay, so it's not your first contact, but we don't want to leave anyone else out, but what is your most memorable purchase? That's what we're saying. So was it your Baofang? Are you recommending the Baofang to people? Yeah, okay, so you are recommending an antenna. Now, we're very interested to know what it is, but we can't spend 10 minutes on one call, so we're going to move on. But if you're able to, because this is a worldwide interactive net, this is also going out on YouTube. If you can get on YouTube, on the YouTube channel Digital Analogue Ham, it's live on there. If you can put it in the comments, we'll tell people what aerial you're trying to recommend, because we really can't hear you. So if you can put it in the comments on the live stream, we'll read it out. So we'll move on to the next caller. Anyone else wants to call in, we're opening it up to everyone else. Please leave a pause before you transmit, and try and call in, please. What has been your most memorable purchase you've had, whether it's an aerial or a radio or a transverter? Might be a Morse key. Listening for your calls. Please leave a pause before you transmit. TechSpy, hello TechSpy. Oscar will answer that in the comments. He's a moderator. He can post links.
Kilo Echo 8 Romeo Quebec Foxtrot. Again, this is Michael at Kilo Echo 8 Romeo Quebec Foxtrot. My only purchase thus far has been a Valve UV5R.
Yeah, Kilo Echo 8 Romeo Quebec Foxtrot. Thank you very much. Thank you for that, Anton, for writing that down. Tell you, mate, the UV5R has been. The UV5R has done a lot for the amateur radio community. Must have got millions, thousands of people on board. People that, 20 years ago, an equivalent handheld would have been $300-400, £300, It might not be the best radio, but it's one of the best value, and it's got people into the hobby. So, what was it that appealed to you about the UV5R? Was it just the price? Because everyone recommends the UV5R. I've got a few other recommendations: the Retivis RT23 or the Woxon UVD1P. A little bit more expensive. The RT23, the Retivis, it's only twice the price of the Baofeng, but it's a lot easier to program. So, what was it that appealed to you about the UV5R?
Everyone else, price point, which was at least in the United States, approximately $20 versus the cost of the license, which is, actually right now it was free. They're going to change that to $35 here shortly. But yeah, it was the price point. It's fairly cheap. It's something that you can get into and then get addicted to and then start buying Yaesus and ICOMs. I do want to call out, there was another caller earlier this evening, Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Mike Victor. If they're still listening, I'd like to have them try and key in. This is Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Quebec Foxtrot.
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Mike Victor, Sean in Ohio. Yep, I'm still here. I'm a rather new ham. I've only made one purchase, and that was for creating a small wire to program a Yaesu 4T, or FT4 rather.
FT4.
I got this radio from someone for free. I was really grateful for that. It's my first handheld.
FT4.
I'm pretty satisfied with it for the price, of course. I've just been listening in for recommendations. Back to the net. This is KE8RMB.
Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, thank you to KE8RQF for calling in with your recommendation of the Baofeng. And super thanks for catching the call sign. It's a similar call sign to you, so I can guess why you clocked it. To Sean, KE8RMV, thank you and welcome to the net. And yes, Anton, I'm confused. You said, Sean, RT4. Did you mean a Yaesu FT4? Do you mean an FT3? I've not heard of an FT4. Please tell us what radio you're on about.
I am 90% positive that it is a Yaesu SP4X
4X.
handheld.
Who's keyed up? Okay, well I'm going to do a quick search for that. FT Yaesu, Y-A-E-S-U, FT4. So I'm looking for the Yaesu FT4. I don't see it, so I'm just going to search for 4X. Is it a modern one with a colour screen? Because that could be the FT3. You know, I'm just a bit lost here. Can't find it in the list. There is a Yaesu FT450, but I think that's an aircraft one. It's not. Anyway, be very interesting to know what one you're on about. Someone's just sent me a message. I'm just going to bring it up on the screen. Just tell us the spec of the radio, Sean. Look down a bit.
Really small. It's comparable to a bow thing, but with much better filtering. Really small, fits in the palm of your hand and puts out 5 watts. KE8 RMB.
Yeah, got you, Sean. Yeah, nice one, mate. I appreciate you persevering because, you know, I'm an old ham. I've been licensed for 10 years and I did not know that model, so you've taught me something. I appreciate that. Thank you for being patient. You know, I was being a bit dense there. But, yes, by the way, this is Net Control 2E0UKH. This is going out on my YouTube channel, Digital Analogue Ham. This is provided by Freestar. This net is provided by Freestar, All-Star, and all the partners on the system. And I've just brought it up on the screen. We're showing this live, and it's called the Yaesu FT4XE, and it's a dual band, dual line, entry level Yaesu. So yeah, very good recommendation. Very nice. Yes, and it's a bit more than a UV5er, obviously, but you've got a lot better filtering. FM, you know, receive quality would be pretty awesome. So is there anything else you'd like to add about the radio, and then we'll move on to someone else? So have you had any good contacts on it? You know, have you got anything to compare it to?
Oscar Kilo Delta Mike Romeo.
Else to compare it to, and well, I got to go here and make dinner. But thanks to whoever gave me the call back to get me on the net. This is K8 RMB 73 to all, and I'm out. Clear back to you, Net.
Yeah, okay, well, thank you so much for calling in. Highly appreciate it. And, you know, this would be a lot of people are listening for recommendations, new hams and old hams alike. So you enjoy your evening. I'll say 7-3 and speak to you another time. So there was another station that called in. All I got was KDMR. I'm sure that's not right, or it's definitely not the full call. Something KDMR. Go ahead, please. This is Net Control. Yeah, Oscar, they're doubling with me. They're not listening. ODMR, Oscar Delta Mike Romeo, someone doubling with me. Go ahead, please. Stephen Russell, practice wire antenna. Very interesting. I'm listening at work on hand, but job doesn't allow me to talk. Thank you, Stephen, for calling in on the comments. Someone keyed up, heard my voice there. Okay, last station to call up go ahead, and then I'm going to call in all the Echo Link stations I can see on the screen. So that last station that called in and I heard my voice there in the background, just try one more time, and then we're going to hand it over to the Echo Link stations. Martin's at work. Hi Martin. Thank you so much, Martin. Okay, so by the way, this is Net Control. This is Chris 2E0UKH in the UK, and I'm going to call in the Echo Link stations. So I'll go from the top to the bottom. We're asking, what is your best purchase you've made? You know, if you're at work and you can't answer, don't reply. If you're just listening, you might be in bed listening on headphones. First one on my list is Golf Mike 4 Zulu Oscar Alpha. Golf Mike 4 Zulu Oscar Alpha. This is Net Control for tonight. Have you got any traffic? We're asking, what is your best purchase you've made? I'm going to show you this is my best radio.
Mike 4 Zulu Oscar Alpha. Thanks for bringing me in.
This is the ICOM 705.
Yeah, I'm on the T320. And it's nice to hear you. By the way, we've got snow tonight. Mainster QTH is Edinburgh, and we've got snow. Now back to Net Control from GM4 ZOA.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in. You know, this is Net Control. My name is Chris 2E0UKH. I'm in the UK, and we're asking, what is the best purchase you've made tonight? Well, not tonight. What is the best purchase you've made in your ham radio career? And I've got someone else in the room here causing a bit. I didn't hear what you said, so please repeat what your answer was.
This is Golf Mike 4 Zulu Oscar Alpha. You know, best purchase. There is an ICOM 7700, but
77.
the best purchase, with lots of fun and use, I would say would be the Flex 1500.
Awesome.
Great little radio, and it does everything, absolutely everything. And I have it connected with a let's see, it's called Digital Modem, which has a 3.5-inch screen, which gives me any data modes. So that's it. Back to you, Chris. Nice to speak to you tonight, and I'll let you get on from GM4 ZOA.
Yeah, okay, well, you've got me interested now. I know all about these Flex radios. I'm just bringing it up on the screen if anyone's watching. I'm just going to bring it up now. The Flex 1500, it's a software defined radio, isn't it? That's HF 6 meters, VHF and UHF models, non-QRP. So yes, that's an awesome radio. I do like SDRs, very interesting. Anyway, thank you for calling in, and I know I've spoke to you before, and we've got a lot of people waiting, so I'm going through the different Echo Link nodes that are connected tonight, trying to give everyone a chance. We've had a few new hams, so thank you for calling in. Next one I'm going to be calling in is a station in Spain, Echo Alpha 4 Lima Tango. Station in Spain, go ahead please. Echo Alpha 4 Lima Tango. Temporary offline. Hi Steve, thank you for joining us. We're just doing a live net. We're doing a live net on Freestar All Star. This is going out worldwide and I'm just bringing it up on the screen, my main. You don't want to see this one, Steve, look. You want to see this one. Okay, nothing heard on Spain, so next one, Mike 3 M3 JQN. Are you there? This is net control 2E0 UKH. Oscar's there, temporary offline. Freestart also has a Zello and Broadcastify for listeners. Yes, very good point, Oscar. Okay, going through the list, we've got MB7IFD link. Are you there? Just going through the list of trying to cover everyone that's connected. So MB7IFD, go ahead if you're there. 2E0 UKH net control.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. Your station that called, go ahead please. Did you say break or was it part of a call sign? Go ahead. Next one is OK9 DMR.
Good morning. Good evening, Chris. Alright, Great Frank. I do digital analog keeper. Is the YouTube.
Yeah, just go again with the call sign because you're a bit loud and muffled to me. It's not your fault. It's just how I'm receiving you. It's not your fault. Just go again with your call sign and what has been your best purchase in ham radio, whether it's a radio or an aerial or anything. Go ahead, sir.
I create contact
Don't ring me on a live stream. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that. Someone just rang me. Someone just rang me and it went right over the top of you. I do apologise. Go ahead, please.
Echo 0 Uniform Kilo Hotel Oscar Kilo Delta Micro Chris. It was a echo live stream. I do YouTube. Perfect. Just for minutes for the YouTuber. I problem is the current modulation. Not to make mistakes.
Yeah, okay. I'm struggling to hear you. It's not your fault. I'm trying to understand your accent, and it might be the way I'm receiving you. So, basically, what is your recommendation? The subject tonight. This is net control. What has been your best purchase? Just name your radio or aerial or an item that you're recommending as one of your favourite purchases. Okay, nothing heard. Anyway, any further calls? Any further calls? We'll listen out for OK9 DMR in a minute. M0 VUB. Did you want to call in? You're on the Echo link. I know he's one of my connections managers. Did you have any comments on the subject tonight?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your answer to the question we're asking tonight. What piece of hardware What has been your best radio purchase? That is the question. We're struggling to understand what you're saying, but I highly appreciate you taking part. So we are asking, what has been your best purchase in ham radio? Go ahead.
Thanks, Chris. I'm not speaking, but I'm quite happy I heard my name, so I'll just respond. Thank you much for that. I'll just listen from now on. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay, I totally understand that. You love the fact that we've given you a shout out, given everyone a chance. You've got no traffic on the subject of the net tonight, but it's very nice to have you joining us. Okay, 7-3, and continue listening, please. Right, last one on the list, Fred, W1FJF. Fred is a satellite pioneer from years ago, so I can see Fred on the Echo link. Is there anything? What is, we're asking tonight, what is your favourite purchase you've made, whether it's a radio, a handheld, or an aerial, or a Morse key, or a beam or something, an aerial. Go ahead, Fred.
I'm only kidding. It's W1FJF. ICOM 7300.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, end of story. I know what you're saying. You know what? You know I've got the 7300. I've got the 705, and either one of them, they're very, very similar radios. Both of them are brilliant in their own way. But this SDR technology is just awesome, isn't it? I can see you on the list, and I think you're looking on the stream. And anyway, we're going to wind this thing up soon, but I'm just trying to call everyone in that I can see connected. And I saw you on the list there. Yes, the 7300. It's just sheer quality, isn't it? And I used that's the one I use out mobile. Fred, back to you.
Got home from work and working on some drawings. I got a new patent application that I got to get filed next week, so there'll be some testing on that. So it's been right out straight. I haven't had much time for radios in the last 2 or 3 months. That's why you haven't heard much from me. So I was just listening. I got home and saw it because I got you on YouTube. So whenever you go live, I get a message, and so I decided to check in. 20 UKH, net control, W1FJF will be clear. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you for listening and taking part. And if anyone else is not sure or doesn't know, there are a couple of Anytone handhelds just been released, just been announced, let's say. I think they'll be available. There's an Anytone handheld that does 500,000 DMR database entry, DMR IDs, and it does airband. There's a few slight differences, a bit more memory, does APRS, transmit and receive. Just do a search for that, new Anytone radio. Join the Facebook groups for the Anytone 868878. Okay, right, winding this thing down, and we'll take 5 more calls, then we're going to go clear. And by the way, I've just had a reminder, every other Saturday it will be me this week. Today is Saturday, and then next week Oscar on the Top Talk Net. So we are alternating and taking it in turns. And so this week me, 20 UKH Digital Analogue Ham Net, and next week we've got Oscar on the Top Talk Net, 2E1HWE. Okay, right, listen in for 5 more callers and then we're going to wind this thing down. Okay, let's just throw your call sign out there. Mr. Fred Romeo, you are naughty, but I love you, man. That is unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend.
Chris, watch with real life, birthday, and I thought it was great, and hot heat train do it. It was later internet. I saw it going, I was sleeping. I was my behind. I buy 7 please.
Blimey, what was that? Yeah, thank you, Fred. That's a wonderful donation. Highly appreciate that, my man. Love you, man.
Romeo Zulu Echo, Ian in Durham.
Fred Romeo, he's a flipping legend. Love that guy. Yeah, go ahead. I was a bit blown away by something that happened to Ian in Durham. Go ahead, please. I forgot his call sign.
Good evening, Chris. Ian up in Durham, North East, UK. And yeah, 2 purchases. I thought I said mine to 2 purchases. Which one was,
Thank you, my man.
For the 27 megahertz days in 27 years ago, I bought an Echo Master Plus Classic
Echo Master Power Mic.
which is today coupled with a Yaesu FT480R, which I bought 21 years ago, second hand. And,
What a legend.
I think they cost me about £159. And still in use every week. We have a sideband net up here. And still in use.
He's deviating to me. Okay, 7-3, Fred. Thank you, my man. Thank you.
So definitely a good purchase. And I think the Yaesu is now about 40 years old. And also very good for the CW.
My battery's going.
Which we have, we're very active with in the northeast. What about you, Chris? And thanks for that. Very enjoyable from Mike Zero, Romeo Zulu Echo.
Okay, thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in. You know, this is a Saturday night here, Saturday night for you. We're just having a bit of fun, enjoying the hobby, taking some recommendations. I'm learning stuff. I know I am. I'm sure other people are. So any further calls, or we're going to wind this net down, please go ahead. And yeah, listening for any further calls. This is Net Control 2E0 UKH. You know, 2 or 3 more calls, then we'll wind it. We'll end this. We'll knock this on the head. It's been going about an hour and a half. Don't want it to overstay our welcome on the All Star Network on Freestar. So, any further calls, go ahead. CB Praha, thank you. Thank you for calling in, man. Yeah, okay, well, this will be my last transmission tonight. I'm going to hand this over to, yep. Yeah, put it in the comments, Oscar. Put it in the comments, Oscar, the link. Any links, one of the heads of the Freestar Network has asked me to promote them. Put the links in the comments and we'll read them out, we'll show them. So this is going to be one of my last overs. You know, this has been going on quite a long time. I don't want to overstay our welcome. Thank you for letting us use the network. I just done key. And check out the Freestar web pages. We've got the Freestar Facebook group. And there's the Freestar International. Anyway, this radio broadcast is over, and thank you for joining in. Thank you to everyone for taking part. And 7-3, handing this back over to everybody else using their own repeaters. So thanks for the use of the repeaters. 7-3 guys, cheers. So that's I've just turned the radio off. That's the radio bit done. Thank you, Anton. Was interested at this end. Thank you, Anton. Now, the stream's not over. That's the radio part over. So Shane, sorry, not Shane. Oscar, put a link in the comments and I'll bring it up on the screen for everyone to see. If there's anything that you would like promoting, Oscar, please put a link in and I'll bring it up on the screen, and it will show everyone the web pages. Are you still there, Oscar? 2E1HWE. Todd, take care, Chris. Good to hang out with you, man. Yeah, 7-3. Yeah, love you, man. Thank you for joining in. So I don't know where Oscar's gone. Put the radio back on in case he was calling me. But Oscar asked me to show the Facebook groups. There he is. He was busy typing. So I'm going to bring up the link that Oscar has typed in. And I'm just going to share my monitor. So that's the left monitor. So we are sharing Eduardo Silva. Love that name. Take care, Chris. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. If anyone else is watching and hasn't commented it yet, please just say hello. I love to know who's watching. You know, it looks like I can talk for hours, but you know, it gives me stuff to talk about. It lets me know people are watching and enjoying it. So that is the Freestar International. That's the Facebook group, and there's also the Freestar Network webpage. Right, what a brilliant website created by Shane. What a beautiful! I just refresh that page. Look at the animation. Unbelievable. So we've got the logo up in the top left, which always takes us to the landing page here. This is the home page, which is probably the same. Now, a lot of people are asking, going to net control, how to connect. This is how you connect to Freestar International. It shows all the different ways to connect, all the different node numbers, Echo Link nodes, Internet Radio Linking Project, IRLP, coming soon, DMR. We've also got free DMR. Anton is saying, I am thinking it has WordPress design by, yeah, it looks like it. I think it is, yeah. Dieter, is it Dieter Busbaum? Fantastic net this evening, thank you. Most enjoyable, yes. M7 DMB, thank you for your support, and thank you for everyone that watched. So going through the different links, TGIF, OZDMR, I've never heard of that, that's interesting. I'm sure Shane will tell me about that. But look at all these XLX reflectors and what is connected. I mean, I'm only on the first tab. This is incredible. All this stuff. Let's just go to the very top. So that was how to connect. This is about freedom to connect, Freestar. Also remember, we've got free DMR. Free DMR is a DMR master server. Free DMR services. These are the services that Freestar provides. net control. Brilliant artwork. Got the dashboard there. I'll go in the dashboard in a minute. This is the net schedule. Monday, Alaska monitoring net. Wednesday night net. Thursday, the Vacaville midweek anti-net. Check out that with Nick. Are you still there, Nick? In the Ham Shack, Northwest Ham Shack. Thursday, you've got the radioactivity net with G3YPQ. That's Phil. He was on here earlier. Hi, Chris from Pittsburgh near Durham, NC, USA. Thank you for calling in. KM4GRX. And on Friday, we've got the IRN multi-mode net. And on Saturday, we've got this idiot Digital Analogue Ham Net. And it's got an asterisk next to it because every 2 weeks we alternate. Next week it will be Oscar, and then the week after that will be back to me. So every other Saturday it alternates between me and Oscar. Sunday we've got the M7 net. That's at 1 o'clock in the UK. 1 o'clock, 1300 UTC. Another one on Sunday, the Trans Canada net. So that's net control. If you would like to donate to the I've already done this. Me and Jimbo, we've sent some money over. There's a PayPal there. You just click on the donate button. And if you wanted to send some money, optional, use this. You just type some money in here, type a number in there, type in a tenner. Donate. There you go, and that's how you send a tenner. That's how you send a tenner to help out the Freestar network. So look at that. I'm just going to put that link. You know, this whole thing is done free of charge by Freestar. So I've just sent them a tenner. I'm just going to put a link on there to donate, so you guys can do it as well. Because they don't ever ask for any money, but I'm in a perfect position. No, you're welcome, Shane. You know, I did it before. I've done it again. You know, I've just made a little bit of money, done this stream. You know, what goes around comes around. Thank you. Yeah, no worries, Oscar. Right, I'm just going to put the link in the comments. You know, if you have enjoyed this stream tonight, if you enjoy Freestar, click on the link. That is how you can donate. So listen now. So if you went to listen now, you can listen to it live. You know, we'll get, if I click on this, we'll get feedback. Broadcast device. So if I click play, we'll hear a load of feedback. Knock at the door, cashback, same as before, cashback delivery. That's an advert. I don't know if you heard it. But we've got Broadcastify, Zello coming soon, TeamSpeak, and a lot of ways for people to listen that are shortwave listeners. Anyway, we're going to wind this down. I've been through all the ways to connect, how to donate. Freestar International. Got a few radios to look into. There's Oscar. Look, he's telling me stuff. Look at this. Look, Oscar's telling me, feeding me stuff to say. we've had 400. We've had 428 playbacks. Can you see that on the screen, Oscar? 428 playbacks. And how many likes have we got? 13. Only got 12 likes. That's not very good. Look, just here. Got 12 likes there. Do I see 13 likes? Can you see where I'm pointing? Just hit the like button. 13 likes. Thank you. That's a bit more like it. I can't yet. 13. Let's get this. Do I see 14? Do I see 14? Yes, 14 likes. You know, this is just a bit of fun. We're having a bit of fun. Just before we go, 15 likes. If you 16 likes. If you click on dislike, one will be taken off the like. So don't do that, please. Don't want to see anyone remove a like. So we've got 16 likes. I've got 16 likes but 17 viewers at the moment. We've had 400 and yes, please like and don't dislike. 430 playbacks. So we've got 18 current viewers and 16 likes. So I think I'll leave it there. Right, we're just having a bit of fun. We're just pissing about. I'm going to say 7-3, and thank you so much for joining in. Anton is laughing there. Yeah, I'm laughing, but yeah, I can't see anyone else laughing. We're getting some more viewers now. We've got 19. I did like. Thank you. You did like previously. Okay, 7-3. 7-3, just having a bit of fun. 7-3, guys, cheers. Put your 7-3s in the comments if you're a fan of the channel. If you're a friend of the channel, we can go live on the radio. If you would like to call in after the show, we can do an after the show party on DMR 2353. What do we want, DMR or Anton's saying 7-3 from Moscow? Awesome. Anton is watching from Moscow. I tell you what, I'm going to disconnect from Freestar, and if anyone would, we'll carry on the conversation on my Echolink node number. Just connect straight to me, to my Echolink node. This is the one. Technovic 50 7-3 from Western Supermare. Sam W, always listen if I can. Thank you, Sam. Sam's been a great supporter of the channel. He's even got me started on the radio years ago. So we'll carry on the conversation if anyone's interested. Join Echolink 2E0UKH/L, all-star node, star 3 43006. I'm going to disconnect from everything. So let me do that first. Star 7-3. So I'm connected to nothing, and if you would like to join the conversation after the YouTube, go ahead. 2E0UKH going clear. 7-3, guys, put your 7-3 in the comments.